What's up, everybody? So I posted part one of our interview with Howard County, and what part one was our online interview, and then this past weekend I had the chance to go see Howard County and Matt Barr put on a showcase in Nashville at the Analog, which was extremely cool to see and to be there and everything. And before the show, was able to sit down and talk to Brandon from Howard County and Matt Barr. So what I'm going to post now is the sit down with Howard County, and then probably in a couple days I'll post the Matt Barr interview also. So thank y'all. Check it out. All right, Howard County.
Yes, sir.
Brandon, appreciate you hopping on the podcast again. This time in person.
Anything for you, buddy.
Really?
Anything for soul gravy, dude. Except rub your feet. That's weird. I wouldn't rub your feet.
No.
Don't feel bad. That's no dudes. I don't rub any dudes' feet. That's weird. Yeah.
Well, that wasn't going to be my first request, but I'll change that now.
I'll do it. We got to soak them first or something. I'll give you a pedicure, buddy. I don't give a crap. I don't know. It's fine.
So yeah, we were just like sitting here blabbing about music and didn't hit start. So which is perfect. Because that's I mean, you seem to be just as much of a music nerd or whatever.
I am. So. I don't know if I might have told you this already, but I don't watch football. I used to like baseball a lot. I'm a big baseball guy, but I don't watch football, baseball, any sports, or something like that. I never. At some point, you just got a dude's name on the back of your shirt. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to do that. So like I'm like I don't. It's not my thing. And that's great, guys. Like I have tons of buddies all the time. But like, you want to join my fantasy football league? Not even a little. Not even a little bit. I don't care who sprung his ankle. I mean, I'm sorry that they sprung their ankle and everything, but but if you're like, hey, I hear that Sergio Simpson like blew out a vocal cord, I'm like, no,
right.
No. If there's a music fantasy league, I'm in. Like me and you can be on the same team, buddy. We'll make up shirts and trophies. I
don't know what exactly we would compete with other people about. But,
I don't even know.
But we can make up a game.
Or we could just sit there. It could be competitive arguing, because that is what people who are music nerds do. They're like, you're gonna sit there and tell me that Peter Frampton's the greatest guitar player while Jimi Hendrix is right over here. You're full, and go on forever. Oh, you think that the best guitar? What about Brent Mason? Oh, no one talks about Brent Mason. Of course Brent Mason's great. You know what I'm saying? But like, no, we could do that. Would be competitive arguing, basically. Is all
I'm not good at that one. No, I'm not good at that.
You seem like a very demure guy.
Yeah, no,
very laid back, very mindful. You seem like a very mindful guy.
Yeah.
So like, you wouldn't be like the guy that argues with everybody. But I'll argue for you. Proxy.
Okay. We gotta.
Soul Gravy says this, and I'll beat your. No.
Am
I allowed to cuss right now?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Poop.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
Damn.
I have a feeling there's not very many 8-year-olds watching my podcast, but you never know.
That's my demographic, 8-year-olds. No, it's not. I just say the most awful.
They can relate mentally.
Yeah, that's hurtful. I saw what you did there, and it was very hurtful. I'm gonna cry about it later.
All right, so
Yes,
if we're having this musical debate class, you have to stand up for your favorite country songwriter, who's going to be your? Do you?
Right there. Where's the camera?
Right there.
Is camera
right
one?
There. You
it's Dolly Parton. If you think Dolly Parton isn't the greatest songwriter of all time, you need to burn your cowboy hats and throw your boots away, because she's the greatest. And not like man or woman, Dolly Parton is the greatest. Are you kidding me, dude? Like Coat of Many Colors. That's top 5 country songs of all time. And here's the other thing too.
I think she does get overlooked.
You want to hear a crazy rumor? She wrote "I Will Always Love You" and Jolene in the same day.
Same day.
The same day, dude. Like, how is this even a discussion that is happening among like people? And everybody that's even in music industry will say Dolly Parton is an incredible writer. Wrote 9 to 5. How do you write a banger like that on a television? On a movie. On a movie, dude. Like, she did the soundtrack. I think she did the whole soundtrack for the whole movie, dude. She's incredible.
I saw the meme actually yesterday that said, "I wish Dolly would have wrote 10 to 3." Which, so I can relate to that.
That is true, man.
Yeah.
10 to 3, dude. That was the brutal hours, and it's every minute of that. You know how many times I sat in a honky tonk waiting for a manager to pay me till 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, dude, I gotta 3-hour drive home. Could you just pay me? Yeah. And then I killed that guy. He's dead. And murdered him.
Oh, well, he probably had it coming.
Yeah. And I hope his widow is crying. No, that's too far. That was too much. That never happened that you can prove. And so, but look, no, sometimes I've been there. I've been there where I wanted to kill some people, dude. Like, we came here, like, everybody's crazy. Like, we drank your taps dry, and everyone had a great time. And dude, you really, oh, you know what? I know we agreed to, like, you know, whatever, X number, but we're going to do like 200 under because it really wasn't the door we were hoping for. I'm like, dude, I'm going to cut you with a straight razor.
I've heard the same thing.
Yeah.
Even in the bar gig, we're all
heck yeah.
got the same treatment. And then my buddies played at the same place, and they get the money. And then they try to talk us out of it when we had a bigger crowd. Yeah. So screw those guys.
And that's why I killed him.
And we haven't played.
He's dead.
Well, why?
He deserves it. And any other one of you promoters out there that doesn't want to pay, I'm going to kill you too. That's not true. I don't know what I'm doing, buddy. I'm sorry. In fairness, I'm very drunk right now. So
take two. Take two.
You just cut this out. Take this out in post. We're all right.
Well, I mean, I got at least one more guy I can add to your list.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Put his name on a piece of paper. Slide it over to me.
I got you.
And I'll take care of it, buddy.
All right, no problem.
Country music mafia. That's what we're gonna start, buddy. Be the Godfather. I'm gonna pet a small dog because I hate cats. But you know what I'm saying. That'd be cool.
Well, the cat would probably freak out on you in the middle of petting.
Fair enough.
You'd be tough to be a badass if the cat freaks out, and they can only stay still for so long.
I wrote this song called "Cowboy Cry," and this song is about
a cat.
Yeah, it's about cats.
Okay.
You shut up while I'm talking. No, I'm just kidding with you. I'm just going, please don't beat me up. I'm talking big in front of the camera. Please don't beat me up. I'll go down like a sack of potatoes.
Okay.
All right. So anyways, here's the thing, man. Honestly, I wrote this song called Cowboy Cry because I watched, I can't find this clip anywhere, but I swear in my mind it was Barbara Walters. She was interviewing John Wayne, and she said, is it okay for a cowboy to cry? And these words stuck with me. He said that if a cowboy is tough enough, he can do whatever the hell he wants. And I think it'd be like that with a cat. If I was petting a cat, if I looked tough enough, I'd be okay. I think if I looked just as strong and tough enough, I could be all right with it. Well, so I wrote a song about it called Cowboy Cry, which I'm really grateful for. So it's a good one. I'm excited about that song.
What's the deal with that song? Is that something that's?
Well, I'm gonna be very careful.
Okay.
Dude got back together with his wife. So, but things were going rough. And so we were hearing all about the backside of it. Granted, it was only the guy's side of it and everything like that. So we wrote a song about how, like, this woman is doing stuff solely to crush you. And and I've been in situations like that. There's been a lot of dudes that are like that who have been in situations where they've been with individuals, and girls too. They've been with, like, people that are just narcissistic, evil people that want to cut you up just to watch you get cut up. And that's what this was about. And we took poetic license. Obviously, she wasn't that bad. But what we talked about, like, if there was a partner who's just cutting you up just to do it because he found joy and pleasure in it.
Right.
And there's dudes like that too. They'll just, like, they just live to mess with someone. And that's what it's written from. And this person is saying, you know what? I know why you're doing it. Now that I'm out of the relationship, I see what's happening here, and I won't give you the satisfaction of seeing me cry. There's nothing wrong with crying, but there's, as long as you're not being a little like a wuss about it. But you know what I'm saying? If you stub your pinky toe, if you start crying, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit. I'm gonna take you aside. I'm gonna say, like, hey man, don't cry in front of my friends. Like,
put your cat down.
Put your cat down. Stop
crying.
petting your cat. Here's a pinky toe. You know what? You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be fine. And I say, quit it. But, like, if your grandpa dies, yeah, you're gonna cry a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, my grandma died 2 weeks ago, dude. I'd be bawling like a slobbery little thing. Yeah, just what it is. But so, like, that's okay to cry. You just can't cry for, like, no good reason. You can't cry because you're feeling sorry for yourself. That's how my grandpa told me. He's like, you can cry, just don't cry because you're feeling sorry for yourself. Cry if something, like, dude, I cry at music all the time. And if you don't like it, I'll fight you right now. I'll punch you in the nose right now. First time I heard Coat of Many Colors, I tell you right now, Coat of Many Colors, I'm like, I might not cry, but I'll hold the handkerchief right here.
Just in case?
Just in case, man. Because Coat of Many Colors has bust me up. It's one of my favorite songs ever written. So
you mentioned the Dolly being Jolene and I Will Always Love You, same day. What a contrast of songs that is, though, as far as
just incredible.
Okay, here's
she had like honky tonks. Is like, why'd you come in here looking like that? These great songs. You just God.
So Dolly Parton's Jolene. She doesn't really finish the song necessarily. She doesn't say what the guy does.
That's okay.
So what do you think he does?
You're such a good interviewer.
Does he stay?
We're gonna become best friends right now.
Okay.
You know why? And I know you're leading me right now, and I know why you're asking this because you
no.
Yeah. So check this out. In drama and art and everything, there has to be a tension. There's tension and release, and like it's like I'd be going too far to say it's like a crime thriller or something like that, but it's a thing where I don't know where it's going to go. I don't understand what's going to happen and everything like that. So it's one of those things where you don't know. It's a cliffhanger. Mm-hmm. It's so great. It's the best thing ever. And also, Dolly, if you're watching this for any chance, I would like to carry your books to school. You can have my Letterman jacket. Dude, you're so lovely. I just want to put you right here on my arm and talk to you for a little bit. You're such a lovely lady. She seems like such a cool chick. It is my dream to meet Travis Tritt and Dolly Parton, man. Those are my heroes in country music, really are. And Turnpike Troubadour. Let's not kid ourselves. They're incredible. Like I hear just nothing, but they're just incredible.
Except for Hank.
Hank what? Hank Williams?
Never
heard
Hank.
of him. Who's Hank Williams?
No. The with him and Moreland, their scuffle.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
They're perfect in every way.
Yes.
They've never done anything wrong.
Well, it's okay. All rock and roll guys are,
That's 100% true.
I don't want them to be perfect.
No, that's true.
Necessarily.
Yeah, I want
them to live their best life that they can live. I want everybody to be happy and make money and all that kind of stuff. I don't want any addictions necessarily. But
so I'm a huge punk music fan. I love punk music as well. I would say the three big things that influence, four musical genres that influence me is gospel, country, punk, and blues. I love them. I just think I think they're such beautiful things. I think punk music and blues music punk music and country music are the same thing. I honestly believe they're the same thing. It's about like not being cool with the man, going through pain and heartache, struggles. It's just like I don't know who said it, but someone once said that punk music is slowed down country music. Sped up country music. Like country music is just slowed down punk music. It really is, man. If you like punk music, you want to crash, especially classic punk music. Everything from Rancid to Dead Milkmen, anything in the back row. Dude, Vandals another. I love the Vandals. I'm a giant Vandals fan. If you look at any of those dudes, all of their stuff is they get talking about disillusionment, and that's what country music is. And so I think they go hand in hand, and they have a lot more in common than a lot of people think. And so, I mean, I don't know, man. What was the question? Like
okay. The question was, is punk music and country music the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're the absolute 100% same. They're great. They're great. They're different, and like if I'm working out, I'm definitely listening to punk music. But if I'm, if you need to feel some hurt and everything like that, that's both of them. Okay. They both got some pain to it. They both got some hurt to it. I know it's controversial, but you know what? I don't know. I think it's true.
I'll take your word on it. I don't know a ton of. I mean, I listen like our local band. I guess you kind of country punk or whatever you want to call them. They're kind of all over the place. But Lucero is the Memphis.
Lucero's great.
They're
awesome.
They're the hometown Memphis band. But they kind of skate that line.
Yeah.
Between especially the earlier stuff.
What's killing me is like Lucero especially. They skate that line perfectly.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a lot easier than you think. I mean, I don't know, easier. That's not fair. That's not fair. They're incredible. They're great. I'm not saying it's easy. It's a line that makes sense if you think about it. It really does. I think it was Lightning Hopkins that said that country music is the white man's blues, and I like it. It's like blues and country that have a lot in common. They have a lot in similar too. And I'm a giant Lightning Hopkins. Texas, well, Clarksville, Texas, man. That's Lightning Hopkins. There ain't no one cooler than Lightning Hopkins. If you don't know who Lightning Hopkins is, you need to check him out, man. And another great writer who I think is absolutely great is Ray Wiley Hubbard.
Oh yeah.
And Ray Wiley Hubbard, he's a big. he loves Lightning Hopkins.
You can tell he's got a lot of blues tape going
100%.
on, especially in his playing.
100%.
I mean, you can't necessarily hear it in the singing, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And once again, that man is skating the line of blues and country music.
Oh yeah.
Right down the line, and it makes sense. It straight up makes sense to me. It does, anyways. I
think the commonality between Ray Wiley and Lucero would probably be that they're being themselves.
Yes, sir.
Because
yes, sir.
I mean, Ben has been, from Lucero. They went from, as they're younger guys, they were all about the angst side of it. Mm-hmm. Now they're older with kids, and their music everything is. And same with, I'm wearing an American Aquarium shirt.
They're great.
It's the same, similar with BJ and his writing.
What powerful writers American Aquarium is. Like another band that like nobody like really is giving them the respect that they deserve.
A lot of albums, a lot of great songs.
But you like you just said, man, it's all about them being themselves. And hell, man, I don't know how to be anybody but me. I'm not good at it. I wouldn't even know where to start, to be honest with you. But I hope everyone out there loves themselves and learns to be who they are, the best version of themselves, 100%. But and continually grow as a person and getting better and stuff like that. But yeah, man, you can't help it. In music, dude, I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm gonna say it. I don't care. Whatever. You don't know who the band is. I'll say who it is. I'm not gonna tell you. Went saw a band last night, and brother, this dude was singing with a fake like Merle Haggard accent, and I heard him talking before. He was before the show. I was there early, and he just then all of a sudden, like, dude, don't do that, man. Be who you are. Be love who you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't just find who you are, and like the Rock says, be yourself, but then turn it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta. I don't know. I don't understand that, man. It doesn't make sense to me, because there's. If I want
the audience is going to tell.
Yeah, if I want to listen to Merle Haggard, I'll go. I got his album right now. I'll go grab. I got 10 of his albums.
Right.
I'll go put them on right now. Like, we can listen to it together, brother, and then you can decide who you are. Hank Williams said that what you did. Hank Williams Sr. said that what he did was he took Ernest Tubbs, who was incredible. I love him, and then also Roy Acuff, and he tried to emulate Roy Acuff, and then he later tried to emulate Ernest Tubbs, and you can hear it in his voice. So maybe that's what that guy was doing. He was going through his
trying to find it.
He's trying to find it. So in that regard, I'm not trying to crap on him or nothing like that. But I'm like,
understand.
Yeah, but I get it, man.
The Adam Hoods said when I was talking to him that the guy, sometimes the least talented guys find their sound because they can't do what their heroes are doing.
That's what my guitar playing is. My guitar playing is straight up because I can't. I'm not like I see these incredible. Brent Mason was on my album right now. You watch Brent Mason and you want to take your Telecaster and shatter it into 1,000 pieces and never touch it again, because he's the most incredible. I've never seen a guy play a sick lead. I made a joke to him while we were recording, while I was singing, and he was laughing and playing the most insane riff I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm just like, I'm laughing. I go, and then it just instantly brought me out of the funny part, and I went, God, this guy's so good. He's so good, dude. He's so freaking good.
Why is he so good and expensive? Why can't
he has his own guitar, man. He can charge what he wants, man.
Right.
He's incredible, dude. No, he's a master, dude. He's I can't even.
It's kind of odd as far as just on social media, TikTok and everything else. Like, Brent seems to have more people vouching for him now, but he's been around for a long time.
Chattahoochee. That's him,
so
dude.
It's like, you know what I mean? What took so long? But like, if you start,
dude, we could have a conversation about what took so long.
If you understand, maybe that's one of the good things about social media is it does. Now people know who he is, and maybe back then, unless they dug out the CD, the liner notes, they didn't know who he was.
You want to hear something absolutely crazy? And I have this theory on it. We talk about all in the behind the scenes all the time. It's like, I know what I like. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna know what I like because I have a big mouth. But there's a lot of people out there that don't know what they like, and they have to be told what they like. And I don't understand that. Personally, myself, like I don't. That's part of me that like I just don't understand with the world. But that's why a lot of people start liking, songs that like I don't think I would ever care for and everything like that. It's because they don't know. They're like, I don't know what's good. And it's the same thing with like if you're not a food person, you know what I'm saying, and you go into a restaurant, what's the thing? What do you say to a waitress? What's good here? You know what I'm saying? But let's be honest, man. If you put cilantro in my food, I'm gonna be mad at you. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I like. You know what I'm saying? It tastes like pine salt. It's garbage, and I don't know why anyone would ever play it. Yeah, you ate cilantro too? God, what a good man.
So
we're gonna fist bump later.
I got to make sure I ask you this so I don't forget. Cause, when you're in the studio with Brent Mason.
You're saying it like we're best friends. Like we
but no.
We were in the studio for 2 separate occasions.
Okay.
2 separate times.
Okay, but still,
like we don't like. Actually, he told me some awesome behind the scenes stories. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
That I can't tell it anywhere else.
Okay.
But dude, yeah, about like a bunch of different artists. But he's a good dude, man. He's.
But how do you like you go in with your songs?
Mm-hmm.
How does he come up? He's playing a riff while you're telling a joke and he's laughing. But how does I guess how does he know what you're gonna like, or did he just give you? Did you let him hear the song and he just gave you a riff?
Yeah.
Or did you have any
a brand new riff that I've never heard him ever do before? It is. If I wasn't so happy that he was on my album, I'd be mad at him. I'd be like, dude, come on, man, how are you doing that? It's the well of that guy is genius is beyond awesome. It's frustrating. Like I've heard like I think it was Eric Clapton was talking about watching Jimi Hendrix, and Eric Clapton ain't no slouch. I mean, he's not my favorite guitar player, but he knew
when Jimmy was on stage.
When he was on stage, he's like, I don't even know what to do with this.
Right.
I don't even know what to do.
He wasn't that kind of showman like this. Yeah, just different.
Yeah, he was just I can't. He goes I don't. But then you know what? At least he doubled down and said I'm going to be me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what he did. He goes, look, with Brent, look, I know what I like. There's a great phrase in Latin that I love. It's no se te ipsum, and it means know thyself. And dude, you got to know yourself in this business. You got to know what you like and don't like. Stand up for yourself. Okay. If you don't like it, be like, hey, bud, love that riff. Not on my album. You know what I'm saying?
So it just happened to be.
Do you know how hard that is, dude?
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to picture.
To play steel players that are like insanely great. To be like, I know you don't know one beat of who I am, but don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we're playing this in a minor chord. We're not playing this in a major chord.
How do you get that across? I mean, I'm sure it's happened.
Well, it's happened a lot. It's
right.
happened a lot. Well, it's easy.
Because
I got a tailor, and he custom makes my pants to
right.
fit my giant balls, and that's how you got to do it. You just got to know what you know. Say tips and know who you are, and know what your sound is, and know what you're not.
They've been there before.
That's it, man. Years nothing.
And they
worse.
were probably dressed. I mean, I know they're.
They've been there, and they're professionals. Like they said when I told them that, they weren't like, "Well, how dare you?" They're like, "Oh, that's cool. We'll do." I got more. I got more, dude. This is another thing too. Like I told this to Peyton Howie, who is an incredible artist. If you know who Peyton Howie is, go check her out. She's a monster, dude. She's blowing up for all the right reasons. She's incredible. But I told her, I'm like, we were talking about how like there's a lot of people that just don't want you to succeed. Other artists, and I said it's because, and I said there's a phrase that I came up with that I think is very potent. It's talent. Real talent isn't afraid of talent. Like earlier, you had on Matt Barr, who's a great artist. He plays incredibly, and the way he writes, dude, it crushes me to my soul. And I go, and I'm not intimidated by that at all. I'm like, God, I wish I wrote that song or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's normal, but I don't go, I'm gonna crush him so that I can get higher. I'm not saying I'm the most talented dude in the world, but I know what I am, and I want him to succeed too. And when you meet really talented people, they're never like, oh, this dude's coming.
I hear that in like basketball players talking about that. Game recognizes game.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Game recognizes. That's the honky version of game recognizes game. There you go.
And I would imagine those guys in the studio want that to be. I mean, I know they're getting paid.
Yep.
But in the end, the way that they keep their job reoccurring is to have a customer leave with the sound they want, so that another different kind of artist comes in. It may be country, but it's still different flavors.
And that's crazy. I've never heard of Brent Mason lick twice. Do you understand how there's only so many chords?
Understood.
There's only so many notes and orders in which they go. And then I know it's billions, but I can't. I can't stop singing Britney. And what a dadgum sweetheart. Just a genuine, awesome dude. You want to know how Brent Mason is still around? He's a great guitar player. That's a fact, and then nobody can deny that. There's tons. We're sitting in Nashville, Tennessee right now. There are tons of great guitar players out here. You know how? Because he's not an asshole. He's a sweetheart, dude. He's a nice guy, and you want to hang out with him. Like, dude, I want him. Like, dude, I just, do you want to get some coffee? Like, I feel like a dork, but I'm like, and I don't, not because I'm like, I want to be seen with Brent Mason, because he's just a nice guy.
Right.
He's just a great dude and stuff like that. Buddy Height, incredible piano player, played with Toto. These guys, I was playing with Tommy White. Tommy White was playing on my album. Sweetheart of best human. He beat him. Dude, he played a riff on the steel guitar, and he started beating himself up because he's like, I can play that better. I know I can play that better. And I'm sitting here going, that's the best thing I've ever damn heard. I'm like, and he's beating himself because he's a professional. He wants it. He feels it in his heart, and he knows he can do better.
He's not throwing whatever against the wall,
dude. And exactly. And I hope this guy doesn't realize how I'm just phoning this in. He just because they care. And that's how you make it. You be a sweetheart, and you keep moving forward and progress and care. Give a crap.
I guess that's proof that it can happen like that.
You might not have the best career, the career you thought it was, and everything like that. I hoped like I blew up like 5 years ago, but I don't give a crap right now. I'm to the point right now. I want to make the best freaking music in the entire world. There ain't nobody gonna sweat harder on that stage than me. No one. I'm gonna come off that stage drenched. Guaranteed, and I'm going to give it all to the fans because they're awesome people and I love them, and sometimes they have rough lives, or sometimes they just need to blow off some steam, and that is a gift from God that we can do that for them.
Definitely. I was going to ask you
ask away, dear heart. Ask away.
You and Matt. So Matt was in your band for a while and everything, but when I listen to his music and I listen to your music, they don't necessarily sound. They're kind of different paths.
100%.
Right. And you were talking about being yourself. I guess that is.
That's because
that's 100% like just reality right there. Mm-hmm. That because Matt played on your songs for a long time, or for a while and everything, right? So he was playing guitar for you.
Yeah.
And then.
Photons.
But he
you know what a photon is? Photons. I believe that it's a wave of light.
Oh, I was thinking it was one of those couches that folded up.
That's a futon. Close. You're close, man. But they say just by watching it changes the motion of it or something. I hope I'm not butchering that too much.
That sounds good.
But Matt changed the sound of my band just by being in it. Just by being near it, it changes the sound of it and stuff like that. I don't do the same show every day. I gotten pretty good at reading crowds and stuff like that, and I can like lean into certain phrases more than others so that I can react to the crowd and everything like that. But it's still me.
Right. And
the same with Matt. That's a great observation, man. That Matt's music is definitely different than mine because it's Matt and it's me. And I think
but y'all can co-write together too, right?
Absolutely. I love every line he comes up with. I'm like, dang it, dude, you came up with that line. That's a good line. God, that's a good line. Yeah.
Have you written songs together and had to figure out who was getting that song, or is it pretty obvious?
Oh, we thumb wrestled.
Oh, really?
We that's how we determine it. No, I'm joking, dude. Like I love Matt. We've never had to flip a coin or nothing like that. He's like, I really want.
You
this
knew
song.
that y'all knew.
I'm like, that's you, brother. Take it.
Y'all knew what the songs were just by the way it.
Oh, 100%, 100%. And then he's brought in songs to me, and he's like, and then there's songs I brought to him. I'm like, dude, I think you would kill this song. And he just completely mixes it up and do it completely different than I would. And then he might even add another line or something into it. And dude, I don't care. I don't care. Talent isn't afraid of talent.
Yeah.
It's different if you're stealing from people and stuff like that. I've had that situation too. There were people have tried to steal from me, and I've had positions where people have passed off crap that was not theirs as if they were, and we've written whole songs upon it, and then have to go back hat in hand, kick that guy off of the song, and go back hat in hand and be like, hey man, I know you don't know us, but this dude stole a poem from you, and we wrote a song based on it. Can we please record this song? And that was only one situation, but dude, there's a lot of thievery in this business.
Have you ever heard of Todd Snyder? Do you know who Todd Snyder is?
Dude, you're gonna. I'm gonna.
That's okay. I'll send it to you.
Right.
But
I know Todd Snyder. God, I don't know that name.
He's a Nashville guy now, but he.
This is crazy. I know Todd Snyder. How do I know this? Was he in what band was he in?
He's been.
Just his own artist.
Most of the time,
it sounds very familiar.
Yes. He was in with the Hardworking Americans with Dave School, the bass player from Panic. Yes, Panic. Either way, he was a Memphis guy for a long time. When I was a teenager, he had a festival called What the Folk. I just thought that was funny that he had a What the Folk shirts.
Winning.
Which I love that as a
winning brother.
Exactly. So, but anyway, he's just a great storyteller in general. He can stand up and just blab as longer than his songs are, right? and he seems like this really just a burnout, and he probably is, but he's still a genius in the way he delivers it. But either way, I'll show you the story later. But he's got a one on If Tomorrow Never Comes, and Beer Run, yes.
Garth Brooks song.
There's ties though. He wrote a song called Beer Run, but it wasn't the song that came out on the radio. There was a few lines changed. So he has a story of how he met the guy that wrote Beer Run and If Tomorrow Never Comes. So he goes home and writes a song called If Tomorrow Never Comes after meeting Beer Run guy. So it's a funny thing there.
I thought it was going to a different place.
No. He just decided to return the favor.
Okay, well, hey.
Intentionally. And now he has a great story to tell at every show.
Absolutely. I just think
so.
Yeah, I wouldn't. You could put $1 million here in front of me, and if it wasn't mine, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anything that isn't mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that mentality. I really don't get that. And it.
Well, especially on today's with social media and everything, it's going to be seen extremely fast these days.
And thank God for that. That's one good thing about social media.
It's not like
you're not getting away with it.
Yeah.
You're not going to get away with it. And the thing is, like, I've had written songs with people and them downplay how much I wrote. Like, I've gone in and rewrote entire songs for people. They came in with like a shallow, unoriginal idea. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. We could say that again. Or how we take the other side of this, do this, and rewrite, literally sit down and rewrite the whole song, and then be like, yeah, he barely wrote anything on that. And I'm like, and then I just don't work with those people anymore.
Right.
And they're going to be living with their mom, you know, whenever they're, I wholly believe that, for the rest of their lives or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because it
doesn't take long.
You can only do that to so many people before people start going,
well, it goes the other way around too, because every time I think every person I've brought on this podcast has talked about Adam Hood, about how much they love Adam Hood,
right?
And most of the time, not that Adam's not a great performer and a great writer and all that, it's because of how he treats people,
right?
Every single time, and it's
Adam Hood, if you're watching this, I want to hang out with you, buddy. Dude, I've never had the pleasure. Dude, I think you're incredible. I love your music. Dude, I love what you do, man. And there's not one person that wasn't like, he's a great guy. I've not met one person. And
that says you're a great guy?
Say that. What's that?
That says you're a great guy?
No, Adam Hood. No, and a lot of people hate me. I'm a love you or hate you kind of guy, man. There's people that are like instantly right off the gate, like, I don't like that guy. And fair enough, dude. I know I rub people wrong, but I mean, at the same time, but I want someone to hate me because of my personality. You know, I don't want someone to hate me because I hurt them. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference, and I get that. That's I'm not everyone's cup of tea, you know, but that's fine.
All right, so we'll let you get out of here. But Matt mentioned Travis Tritt. I should have followed up on this. I'll ask him later. And you mentioned Travis Tritt, so that must have been one of the first things y'all had in common.
I thought he was
right
joking
off the bat, right?
Yeah, I thought he was joking with me that he had listened to music.
Because his sound is not your sound is more like Travis Tritt than his from what I've heard anyway.
People say I sound like Travis Tritt, and I do love Travis Tritt, but I was not.
I didn't necessarily.
I'm not trying to emulate him at all.
I don't necessarily. Well, the style of music is different for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I just like him because he's a manly singer. He sounds very manly. He's like, oh, you know, he's like, that's why I like him, stuff like that.
Well, especially during that time period, there wasn't a lot that sounded like him. There's probably more now that sound like him than.
Yeah, that's probably true. He's
because
a trendsetter, man.
More available.
Absolutely.
Too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're, I guess, I guess two
What are
different.
we gonna ask, brother?
Two
I'm
different.
an open book. I'm an open book. Whatever you want.
If you're gonna pick up your phone and play a Travis Tritt song, what's the song?
Oh, I was gonna say one right off the bat, but that's actually a Keith Whitley song. The song that I love that he just did so well was just between an old memory and me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a Keith Whitley song. Keith Whitley wrote that. But if I'm going, and then there's no, see what's coming to mind right now is not. I'm not being fair to Travis Tritt because like where corn don't grow, that's Waylon Jennings. He wrote that.
That's okay.
But I love those songs too. But
apparently he did too.
Anymore, dude, is an insane song.
What about on the guitar? If you pick up the guitar and you're going to play one yourself,
here's a quarter.
Here's a
all
quarter.
Day.
Really?
You know, we don't play that anymore because people throw quarters at him. Some dude hit him in the head and almost knocked him out.
It's fair.
Yeah, dude. I've
seen Eric Church sing these boots, and apparently people throw boots during when he sings these boots.
Like dodge and
one
like
hit the mic stand and.
A blind guy did that to me once. He jammed the microphone right into my jaw.
Drunk chicks have done that. Fell into that. Yeah.
This blind guy he was great, dude. We were playing a show in Denver, Colorado, and he came up with, and he had a staff, and dude, he loved music, and as soon as he started dancing around, and he like picked up on the stick, and the stick hit it perfectly right on the end, and hit me right in the teeth, and I went, oh, dude, and I was like, I don't know, I was like, good shot, and he was blind. I was impressive. It was like a 1 in a million shot.
So you didn't see that coming. All right. Time to end this podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Didn't see that coming.
Man, you didn't see that coming either, did you? All right, Brandon. Thanks for hopping on the show. I hear music going on outside. So
okay, man. You want to ask me the question?
So that you don't have to go and set up?
No.
I'm with you. Whatever.
No, come on. Ask me the little Debbie question.
Oh, again?
Come on.
You got a different...
Ask me. No. I just want to reiterate the point.
Oh, okay. Well, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
What is your favorite Little Debbie cake?
It is by far Swiss cake rolls. And if you think otherwise, you need to go to church and get saved because Swiss cake rolls are the best thing. They got the chocolate and they got the middle. It's perfectly swirled together. You can unroll them and eat them, or you can just eat them whole like that. They come 2 in a pack. How is this even a question?
Well, you're consistent. So that's...
Yeah.
That's absolutely. To know that he really believes this because...
What am I doing? Like, what are we going to do? Like, oatmeal cakes? Gross. Fudge rounds? Grow up. Grow up. Fudge rounds. This guy... Someone's texting fudge rounds in the comments right now. Dude, get right, man. Just do better. Fudge rounds.
The most popular is Christmas tree cakes. That's what I keep getting told.
They're okay.
But I think it's because they put the Christmas spirit in October when they make them.
It's wonderful. And it's a Christmas tree. Who doesn't love that?
Yeah. I don't know. All right, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man, so much.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
All right, cut.